So if we are cheating people, as we said, it is a bad karma, so it should be avoided. So the most important thing should be the performer's intention of doing the action, right? If I'm doing something and I'm like cheating people, c'est parce que my intention is to cheat the people, right? But if I'm doing something with a very good intention, no doubt the outcome will be good because good intention is good. So in everything, intention is the most important, right? I continue. So dharma, that is religion ou bien good conduct, consists in vigilance and carefulness, right? When we talk dharma, the Jains say that it means vigilance and carefulness. And it is said that vivek means the power of discretion, that is being able to discriminate what is right and or not, is important. The vivek will help us in dharma, in performance of dharma. If one lacks vivek, it is possible that one will cause harm or loss instead of gaining or being benefited. So vivek, maintenant to develop that vivek, knowledge is important. Vivek is wisdom. In English, we say that wisdom. So pour me capable develop vivek, I should get the proper knowledge. That is important, right? I continue. Ordinary people believe that if one renounces all activities, then one remains untouched by punya or pap. That is, if I renounce everything, I don't do the proper action, I remain inactive, that is, mo pa pou faire aucun pap, right? Aucun inauspicious karma. But you all know it is not true. As Krishna also stated in the Bhagavad Gita, we should act, we should do our duty. All of us, we have certain allocated duty, right? So we have to act accordingly. We can't just sit idle, right? So idle living opens up the doors for the entry of what you call devil, right? Should one ever give up all activity? One should ever give up all activities. There's no question about it. Whatever stage of life we are, even if we become a sannyasi one day, a Jain, for example, be a monk, he need not renounce or give up activities. Et bien sûr, evil activities should never be done, of course, by the Jain, or bien by anyone. In this case, we are talking about the Jain. To be free from bondage of auspicious activities, what is needed is the transformation of auspicious intention into pure intention. Again, intention is important, right? But as I told you, I'm not going to read everything, but ce qui est important, I'm just telling you. Bon, quand me mettre la croix là, you can avoid. Now, when we talk about the karma, it is all about, you know, karma and rebirth, cause and effect, right? And this is called the cycle of cause and effect, which is called the samsara. Samsara, literally, it means the world. But here, samsara, bien sûr, it means the transmigratory cycle. That is karma and rebirth, cause and effect. So thus, on account of its association with material karmic particles, the soul wanders from birth to birth. And in different life species, as we know, the 8,4 millions d'espèces la vie qui existait. Right. So depending on the karma particles that we do, good or bad, doing something with good intention or not, performance of nishkam karma or not, all will affect our births. And bien sûr, which life species also. You know, if you know that well, if you have taken birth right now in a human body, it doesn't mean next birth we will come again as a human, right? It's not that. So what is liberation? In fact, it is say that the ultimate liberation is nothing but liberation from passions. Si tu te rappelles, quand je fais Bhagavad Gita, how Buddha defined nirvana, right? Say the extinction or bien the removal of all the passions, the bad things, attachment in us, being liberated from all these, say, nirvana. Human behavior is superior to all other beings, for sure. Tout ça l'écho qui nous passe là, at the end, we have come in the human body, the superior body which exists, and we need to seize the opportunity. Only the human has the power of discretion and intelligence. Only human can discriminate what is right and what is wrong. So humans should be able to use that. We have a power actually in us that other creatures do not have. So we needed to use that power, right? The mundane living being can never be without activity. Mundane living being, c'est nous, the material living being. We can never exist without doing any activity. It's true. The material life has become as such. Okay. Whether it is working, whether it is earning, whatever it is, materialistic it can be, we can never remain without activity. Man should keep his intellect pure. He should not swerve from the path of spiritual welfare. He should be engaged in good activities, say all things that we need to do to reach moksha. Now, it is not enough for him if he bears this in mind. All the remedies of miseries and miseries causing karma are covered in it. That is, all depends on the path that we are going to take. Will it lead us? Will the path lead us there or not? Li peut dépendre aussi de nos intentions, li peut dépendre aussi de nos way of doing it, whether it is nishkam karma or not. The seed sown does not develop into a sprout instantly. Quand on plant a seed, it does not become a sprout. It doesn't germinate instantly. It takes time, right? Even for karma, it is like this. It takes time to be mature to get the result of it, right? C'est pour ça qu'il nous arrive pas comprendre la vie at times, because which karma nous peut récolter right now, we don't know, right? You will see many similarities. It's like I'm repeating the whole thing again, qui nous dit ça finit faire. Bah, bon, c'est ça. The philosophy of karma li peut pareil, you know, in any philosophy, in any school of thought, any religion, it will be the same at the end, right? Now, even the fact that the newborn child has yet learned nothing in the present birth starts on its own sucking the milk from its mother's breast, proves the inference, the existence of soul or consciousness in the previous birth. Bon, ça, c'est une théorie qui beaucoup de philosophers, they use to explain, to validate the theory of rebirth, that it exists. We need to believe in it. Like when a baby is born, no one teaches the baby how to drink the milk, right? But informally at the chest of the mother, breast of the mother, he will drink it, like as if he knows how to do it. No one teaches the baby to cry when you are hungry, to cry when you have pain in your body or whatever, but the baby does it, right? C'est parce que of the consciousness present from birth to birth, or what you call the soul, or we call it the consciousness, right? So that's why the baby knows all these things already. Well, question that can be raised, why do we not remember our previous birth if it existed, right? Now, how did they reply it by saying, do we know everything which happened in our present birth? Do we remember everything? Of course not. At times I don't remember. Okay. Now imagine you have to remember so many previous births. Bon, ça ne peut pas une intelligence extraordinaire then to remember all those things. Okay. And it's good also that we don't remember. If you remembered all your husbands, all your wives of your previous births, la vie va bien facile, right? So the way it is, the great as it is, we take birth, we don't remember our previous births, we have to pay for the result, and bon, bien sûr, and the moon, as I always say that example, in the next birth, li put toujours in tendencies like that, jusqu'à li diminuer that, jusqu'à li moving a very spiritual person. Then the next birth also li moving more spiritual and all the poorly. Well, that evolution is there. We are bound to go through it, right? But yes, come on, India, it is again in our hands to improve it. Si pas une action qui me fait ou bien me pas faire aucune action, good or bad, good things, bien sûr. C'est comme si maintenant, pour prendre encore 10 naissances as human to reach moksha. But if consciously I act, I do many good actions, qui dans 5 naissances, me peut finir tout. That is also possible. We can do that. Nuchifer and Fadam in the Jainism, the two ways of, of the getting the fruits of the karma. And ce qui nous attend quand nous pouvons résultat là. Okay, when it will come, là nous pouvons suffer, là nous pouvons guetter, là qui nous pouvons faire. But the second way is consciously doing good actions, always doing good actions. Et là, qui peut arriver tout le monde post-karma, il peut commencer burn out rapidly. Okay? Bon. That is a way to moksha again. It will all depend on realization of the person. Si knowledge da pas là pour une realization again, right? So that was about rebirth. So rebirth concept is too complicated here. Don't go through all these things. Bon, if you want it, up to you, but it's pas important as such, right? So the point for today, c'était quoi? Karma is a way. Karma, the path of karma is a way, as per the Jain philosophy, to reach moksha, to get moksha, right? And dans le syllabus de Tenasa, karma and rebirth and moksha, Jainism and Buddhism as well, and bien sûr Hinduism as well, right? You may get comparisons also. Okay. Now, my next thing I wanted to share, c'était ça. You can use these quotes in your work if you want, right? By apprendre the Sanskrit version, no, but you can know the English one. Moi, trouve ça the Gospels of Mahavir. You know, Mahavir is the lost prophet, if you remember, Vardhaman Mahavir. To someone taking his Gospels, it's actually the way to moksha. It's a way to summarize everything, right? For example, true sacrifice. What is true sacrifice? It is like those who are well protected by the 5 vows and are not attached to sensual pleasures. They dedicate their body to performance of good actions. They are pure-hearted. So this is called true sacrifice. And true sacrifice is a way to moksha, to liberation. Austerity is there, right? Threefold activity of mind, speech, and power is my sacrificial ladle. That is, I need to control the mind, control the speech, control the body, right? Well, many other things here, how to get liberation, right? Who is a true Brahman? He who is not defiled of craving sensual pleasures as a lotus growing in the water, but is not wetted by it. He is a Brahman, right? Ça veut dire, the Jain philosophy n'est pas vraiment d'accord avec sa hierarchy of the caste system. Là. If someone has good heart, good qualities, he's a Brahman. The one who is free from attachment, aversion to Satya, Brahman. The good and righteous conduct in my pond, celibacy, my holy bathing place. Celibacy, controlling of the senses of the mind, etc. It is the way to moksha, right? So doing charity and what is true war. True war is not like, going killing people, but killing the enemies in us, right? So you will see these are actually a short form of what are the ways to moksha in Jainism, right? Well, I stop this recording.